Thank you for stopping in. Here you will find easy on the pockets interior style and inspiration, along with product reviews and commentary from time to time on everyday living topics. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Key from House of Kiana over on Instagram. I'm also the owner of the blog Affordable Luxe Living, found at www.affordableluxeliving.com, where casual comfort meets style, affordability, and creativity. Today, I am going to finally be sharing with you the things that I have done in my kitchen to level it up a little bit without actually spending a big amount on the changes. So I do feel like we got a great look for a very inexpensive price. At some point, I do want to visit changing out the countertops, but these right now at the moment were not necessary. Time goes by really fast too, because I thought by now we probably would have made a couple of changes with at least with the countertops, and we have not, but we might visit that in the future. But I will say, I think that the changes made are beautiful already, and they have definitely lessened my urge to want to do a full revamp here in the kitchen. So I'm going to show you what the kitchen looks like before. So if you can see this okay, this is what the kitchen looked like before. All of the cabinets were like this maple or this honey colored brown, and there were no hardware anywhere in sight in the kitchen. So the main thing that I really wanted to do was beef it up a little bit without spending a ton of money. My biggest thing is that I'm not a huge fan of the maple colored brown cabinetry. It's what I tackled first. This color, you guys, is called Urbane Bronze. I am a lover of this color. It is the only cabinetry in the kitchen right now that I've also added pulls to or hardware to, because I wanted to take my time and make sure that I added hardware, because hardware really does make a difference in the kitchen. I feel like hardware can level it up. I think hardware can make it feel very plain Jane, and make it feel very mediocre. So I really wanted to be intentional about the hardware that I bought in, and I'm so thrilled with these. I decided that I would take all of the hardware on the kitchen island and I would place them in the same direction. So the hardware is straight and it's level and even on not just the drawer, but also the cabinet doors. I love the symmetry of this all the way around. So I'm a super fan when it comes to what is happening here with the kitchen island. I definitely wanted to make sure that it contrasted with what I was going to have going on with all of the other cabinetry in the kitchen, and I just think it contrasted beautifully. It's not a DIY project that I regret. It's one that I still love even 2 years later after it's been done, because I did this first, let it set for about maybe 6 months, and then I rolled on to the other cabinets. I've loved not having hardware around the cabinetry on the wall, because I almost feel like it made the cabinets feel like they were just a part of the furniture in the room, and I just love it. It just felt like structure on the wall versus cabinets on the wall, even though we know they're all cabinets. I can't really explain it, but it just felt light, and I love that. So I've sat with it long enough like this. I've got a chance to enjoy it, and so now I'm ready to add some hardware. So I'm in the final stages just before I push the button on getting the hardware. This kitchen island is huge. It is one that we definitely know we will not go smaller than this. This kitchen island is going to be in here. But let's move on to what else I've done in the kitchens. The cabinets are painted Nuance by Sherwin-Williams, and I think that is a superb color. I actually did the walls the same color as I did the cabinets because I wanted it to have this just feeling of being enveloped in just texture and like the same color. I am a super fan of the color Nuance because it has this creamy feel to it, and it has a light feel to it, but it also makes the space feel super cozy, but in such the lightest way. All of these were done, all of them, to include the walls in Nuance. I'm going to put the type of paint that I used here because if you are going to be painting your kitchen cabinets, I think this is a superb paint. I have painted kitchen cabinets before, I have painted other cabinets before, and this one by far is one of the most amazing. I made sure to ask questions to the paint specialist in the store when I was picking the paint, and I'm very satisfied with the quality of the paint and what it looks like. So this paint is known for a person not having to do any buffing, no sanding, no priming. It's known to be able to hide brush strokes. And so I will just say these cabinets were done over 2 years ago and I did them by hand. So I shocked myself fast forwarding 2 years later and they still look great. Now, are there some minor areas that could stand to have some touch-ups done? Absolutely. I don't know if y'all can hear my stomach growling, but it just growled. I'm starving, so I got to hurry up and get myself something to eat. But the paint, I think, did a phenomenal job. It is called cabinet and furniture paint, and it's super, y'all. So I did maybe about 4 to 5 coats of this paint and they still look amazing. I did about maybe 2 to 3 coats of the Urbane Bronze on the island here, and I think it still looks amazing as well. Now, as far as adding anything to the walls, I literally just added these beautiful sconces. And I just added these sconces really a couple of months ago. I think it might have been in December or early January that I added them. They're actually sconces that should be hardwired, but we pull the wires out of them and we bought some bulbs from Amazon that work off of a remote control, and you can turn them on and turn them off that way. But they are beautiful, beautiful sconces. I found them for a phenomenal price. So I'm totally not opposed to thrifting and finding pieces. Although I didn't thrift to find those, I found those in an outlet store and I paid, you guys ready for it? I paid for two, not for one, but two. I paid $19 and some change. Cue the celebration because I think that that was such a phenomenal deal. If you look up the price of these, they're probably about $200 per. So that should tell you how super of a buy that was. We also did a backsplash in the kitchen to elevate it, and I just think it's a gorgeous addition to the kitchen. I found this backsplash at Floor and Decor. I thought it was a really good price for them, and I stayed away from the square subway tiles and I went for something that had a longer effect to it. So I think these are probably like a 3 by 12 in length, and I think they're just a beautiful towel. When I found the towel pieces, of course I was like, these are going to be a phenomenal addition to the kitchen. I thought they were going to look sweet with the white cabinets, and I was right, they do. So we put them up ourselves. Finishing up here, let me just do a recap. The money that I spent was on paint, the brushes or the rollers, and the backsplash and the backsplash mat, and the window sconces. That's all I went out to purposely buy to elevate my kitchen, and I think it made such a nice impact.